Yo, what is up, everyone? My name is Dom, and we're here to talk about unusual options activity. Alright, disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only. The statements made in this programming are solely the opinion of the show and are not a specific inducement to make an investment. One must perform their own due diligence and realize that all investments carry risk. There's no guarantee of profit. Okay, so first one I want to bring up today is XLF. This is the Sector Spider Financial ETF. Now, most of this ETF is actually made up of Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company. I think it's about 20% of the ETF, which is actually pretty surprising. If you didn't know that, if you're going to look at this ETF, look at this trade, you should definitely know that. So we can see here 81,000 calls traded, open interest of about 140 on these May 20th, so about a month out here, 38.5 calls. Now, banks and financials have pulled back significantly here. They're bouncing off of some support here, as we'll see from the chart, but this is a massive amount of contracts here. You can see that some of these half strikes here, this 39.5, 38.5 just opened up because of how little open interest there is, but I love to see when there's massive traders coming in, placing trades of volume that are greater than the open interest. If they're buying those contracts, we know it's for sure a buy to open order. And in this market, I really like to only follow orders now that I know are buy to open 100%, because I can't afford to take a trade where they could be buying to close, because we need to be accurate here. This is a pretty tough market to trade here, so I'm letting a lot of past trades here and only taking trades where I know for sure that it is a buy to open order. So you can see from the XLF chart here, this thing has pulled back pretty significantly here from about 41 down to about 37. Actually not too significantly compared to some of the other financials, specifically the banks. This ETF has held up really well, because if you look at Berkshire Hathaway's chart, that stock has been hitting new 52-week highs practically every day, while the other financials, the money center banks, stocks like that have been rolling over significantly. So this is an interesting trade here. Market was up a lot today, so I did not buy any trades. I actually took some trades off, took some profits. Being very patient in this market, like I've been saying. Pretty tough market to trade, so if I can get in at a cheaper price than the institutions are buying, then I definitely like to do that. I don't like to be chasing on a day like today. If this ETF is up again tomorrow, probably let it pass and try to move on to the next trade. Same thing with this next one here, Bausch Health. Now, this is pretty interesting here. I was looking over some of the news, and they have an article about how they're going to be presenting at some conference. I need to read it over again. They're going to be presenting at some conference, I think April 22nd through April 26th, and they're expected to give some news on a therapeutic, something having to do with some sort of dry eye disease. Need to look into it a little bit more. This is another one where I did not put the trade on yet, because as you can see, Bausch Health was up $1.12 today. A little over 5%, 5.33%. I don't want to be chasing this stock here, although we'll see from the technicals that I think it could continue higher here. But I'm going to be looking for a pullback tomorrow here, or over the next couple days up until April 22nd, because I think that's when they start their presentations at some conference. But you can see here, enough blabbering on. 37,000 contracts traded, open interest of about 2,200. This is what I said before. A lot of these were big trades that were going off in here. The trade size was bigger than the open interest. So we know for sure that it was an opening order, because you can't close 5,000 contracts when there's only 2,235 contracts in the open interest. You can see right here, the open interest of 22.35. So that's what I mean by knowing for sure it's an opening order. We can check it at the time of sales. We can see if it's placed at the ask or placed at the midpoint above, between the bid and the ask. Then we know it's a buy. No, it's an opening order by volume size greater than open interest. Volume size of the whole trade is greater than open interest. So those are things that I'm really stressing and really looking for here. Now, in this chart, you can see that it's kind of making, I'm kind of roughly drawing the line here. It's kind of in this downtrend channel here. Every time it gets to the bottom of the downtrend, it bounces, it bounces, it bounces, it bounces here, bounces here. Kind of a rough line you can draw here. Now, I guess we're not totally at the bottom of this channel here. We're kind of about 3/4 of the way down from the top, maybe about halfway through the channel. I haven't drawn it yet. You can use a feature here and actually draw the lines in Thinkorswim. But I did not take this trade because we are up big today. The whole market was up big today. You can see that this stock is trading below its pre-pandemic high, which is pretty amazing. This stock has a lot of negative momentum, so that's another negative about it as well. But I think that it is a play on this upcoming conference here, and don't quote me anything on that. I need to re-look into it. I was looking at it after I saw these trades after the market closed quite a while ago now. So look into that. I'll be looking into it. I'll try to give an update about whether or not I'm taking the trades here, but I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to look for large volume, small open interest, orders that I know for sure are opening and orders that I know for sure are buying. We got to pick quality trades in this market. It's not like 2020 and 2021 where literally you can throw a dart and pretty much make a lot of money on anything. It's getting pretty tough here. It's starting to lighten up a little bit. Not as tough, but it was pretty tough there for a while. So, thanks for everyone who's been subscribing. Thanks for sticking with the videos. Trying to bring you guys quality trades. So I'm not bringing trades every single day like we were in 2020, 2021, where pretty much all of those were profitable, or most of them at least. Keeping it a little more conservative here, conserving capital, but still taking on some risk because we need to make some money, because otherwise we're just losing to inflation, which is never a good thing. So thanks for everyone who has been subscribing. Make sure to subscribe if you have not yet. We'll see you in the next one.